Hey guys. Hey Phil.
Hey Ty.
We've got to run back into town for a little bit. I'm up here at Uncle Phil's place. We're gonna tackle his car today a little bit, and in the meantime I have to go meet somebody to try to sell a car part I had listed on the list. So Phil's gonna ride up with me. So he's gonna tell us here in just a minute. He's gonna kind of run back through the story he told me about this free Buick that he's got now. It's an interesting story, I think. Hey Phil, I was noticing, I think the skull out here is gone, but there's some bones still out there.
Yep.
Like something got beat up.
Yep. Yep, there's lots of them out here.
I've thinking on the way up here, I've thought up a new name for your place here.
You did. So it ain't the end of the earth.
Well, yeah, that's a funny story, guys. I couldn't call Phil's place the end of the world up here. But I've thought up something since that skull was out there for a while. It made me think of something else. It's like on the old West shows where you see the stuff like that out there. There's tumbleweeds go rolling by.
Yeah, well, desert.
Sort of like the desert. Well, we call this the Dead End Ranch. Because it actually is a dead end.
Yeah.
Dead end road down.
Yeah, you can't go no further.
That's right. That's right. You can never go any further than this one.
No.
Go no further down.
Right.
No, it's not that bad. It's not a bad place. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I see they burned the building that fell.
Yeah, they did. They burned it down.
Did you come up and watch?
No, didn't have to.
Oh, we stood down there. We get off this little rough road here. Start.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, it is.
There ain't too many dirt roads in this
This one's
place, but
yeah,
there is.
This one's actually chert. I don't know if you guys live in other parts of the country have chert, but this is what this road is. All right, so just to bring everybody up to speed, me and Phil were talking a little bit last night, and so when I last talked to you a few weeks ago, we hauled this thing up here and dumped it off, and then I had to go on back, so you were going to work on it. So bring everybody up to speed about getting it going and what you had to fix on it and what it's doing that. Take it away, Phil.
Well, I had to take and when it blew the intake up, it blew the fuel rail up too and bent it. Well, we tried bending it back, and that didn't work too good. So I went and got another fuel rail and put on it, and the engine was froze up.
I was afraid of that because she poured water in it.
Well, yeah, she put it out with water, but it's been sitting for almost 2 years without being touched. And it took 3 times with the starter to hit. Now that's when it was blowed up. I hadn't changed the intake or the fuel rail or done nothing. I charged the battery that was in it, and on the 3rd try with it, it started up with a blown intake and a fuel rail all bent up.
So it actually tried to run?
It actually tried to run, so, and it got, it unlocked, unfroze.
Good.
So I went and got a Tyler here, went and got me a intake. I went to the junkyard and got a fuel rail.
Yeah.
And I put that all on, charged the battery real good, and it started up. It did not run too good. It had a half a tank of gas in it.
Old gas.
Old gas, about a 1.5 year, 2-year-old gas in it.
Yeah.
So I went and put gas in it. I put fuel injection cleaner in it.
Yeah.
I put some octane boost in it. Yep, I sure did. And I just stayed out there and kept it running or kept it started, and it started running better and everything. But now it.
Can I interrupt you right
Yep.
there? A couple of questions I'm sure everybody asks. So what was it doing when it first tried to start running? How did it run?
Well, it ran like
You can say it, it's all right.
shit. It didn't run very good. It was rough running,
Yeah.
real rough.
Was
Yeah.
it smoking in it?
Nope, didn't smoke at all. Just before it was parked or quit, it had had an oil 3 days before it got put up and that. It had an oil change, had new tires put on it, had a regular tune-up.
Yeah.
And then,
The bomb went off.
yep, bomb went off. And what had happened there was there's a fuel in not fuel,
Pressure regulator?
yeah, fuel pressure regulator had went out. What that does is it sucks the fumes out of the intake, and that had quit. And when my sister, that's who had the car,
Yeah.
when she went in there and started it up to keep them running and stuff in that, it blew up, and it blew the intake and blew the fuel rail up. It bent it up, and it was a mess.
So you pretty much, we got to continue on with this. We're getting this off. So you're going to tell us, you got it running, got it sort of stabilized where it run, and then you're going to go take it for a few test drives, right?
Yep. They taken it for a couple of test drives, and it got me about 2.5 miles from home, and then it decided to act up. And it started acting up like it was running out of gas and just quit. So I'd have to sit there for 15-20 minutes, and it would start back up, and I beelined home.
Yeah. Did you make it back?
Yeah, I made it back. I had one more stop. It quit one more time on the way back home. So I sat there for another 10-15 minutes, and it started back up, and I finished getting home with it.
So when it stopped running, when you tried to start the key, would it keep on? It just spin and wouldn't start, or what?
It turned over and everything. It would not start unless you had it to the floorboard. But as soon as you backed off of it, it wouldn't even stay running. It'd just run right down.
Yeah.
Now I can hear the fuel pump running in the back, and that, but it's, like I said, it's running better and running longer, but I think this is, right now, it's about as long as it's gonna run about as long as it's gonna.
So is it like things are getting worse, maybe?
No, it's not getting any worse. It's just, boom. It'll sit there and idle great for 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it starts acting up like it's running out of gas. Starts coughing, and the RPMs keep going up and down, and
Does Does the tach ever go to zero when it's doing all this?
Yeah, it'll go to zero, and it won't quit, but it'll like go to zero, and then it'll like kind of pick up and run, and then.
Yeah, I'm actually, guys, I'm trying to kind of decipher from Phil what it's doing before we actually take it. So I guess kind of what I'm getting at is like, does the tach go like it drops to nothing, but the engine's still running?
Yeah, it drops to nothing, and then it kind of picks back up, but it still runs like shit. You know, you can't keep it running.
Yeah. So when it's gonna quit, it's gonna quit.
Yeah, it just dies.
Can't save it.
You know.
Well, it's probably, in case you guys haven't figured out yet, we're talking about a 3800 Series 2. And those things I was doing a little bit of research. I've kind of been out of those for a long time. I can remember a whole lot about them, how they worked, how they ran. But there's a lot of stuff comes up on those about the crank position sensor going bad, and also that module or one of those coils going bad. So it's probably going to turn out that whatever's failing on it, you know it's doing it when it's getting warm. So like when the engine warms up, that's when it's doing it.
Yeah.
So that's 90% of the time that's ignition, because that's when electronics fail. They tend to, when they get warm and hot like that, that's when they start crapping out. So at this point, I've got my fuel pressure tester and everything too, we'll check that. But at this point, my money's going to be on it's going to be one of those two. This step, or it could be something a little bit more simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's got a.
Go ahead.
A panel on it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it all says in that on it.
Yeah.
But you push the buttons and it'll tell you everything that's on with the car.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
I've never had one of those.
Neither have I.
I had that Bonneville that was like it, but
Right. I like the car. It's really nice. It's got leather seats, heated seats.
Yeah. You know what they call those?
Butt warmers.
Bun warmers.
Bun warmers.
Yeah.
When it does sit there and idle, and when I did have it out, it drove really nice.
Good.
It really did. It handled great,
That's good.
but it just.
Well, that's those are simple engines. It's just going to be one thing or the other wrong. That's just it. So.
Well, the gauge said two things.
All right.
Gas cap, check gas cap, loose cap.
Yep.
Okay. The other thing that would pop up was let's see, that was a gas gauge.
Cap.
Yeah, gas cap. And the other one was check tire pressure. Those are the only two things that would just keep like coming on and off on this little screen light, or on the dash, would be gas cap and tire pressure.
And what did you tell me you did about the gas cap?
I went and got another one and put it on, and it still shows up.
Did you put one? You said you had a parts car. You didn't get parts off of it. Did you put one off that parts?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what happens is the reason that comes up is the computer control on these newer cars. They watch they call it the evaporative emission system. It's basically fumes, gas fumes. They're real big about not letting them get out in the atmosphere. So this whole system with a vent to the gas tank and the gas cap and all that has to be sealed up tight, because it measures the pressure. It's actually got like a little switch in there that measures pressure on it, and it detects if something happens, like a vacuum line breaks or a cap goes bad or somebody leaves the cap off. So that thing will come up. This one car's got it too. That cap thing will come up. But happens is if it's just the cap left loose, then normally it'll do it for a couple, 3 or 4 more cycles of the key, and then it clears up and goes away. So on the side, but we'll check that too. Well, we'll just check into it, bud. I've got access to all the procedures to check all that stuff. That's the only thing that might be if it's a crank sensor going bad. Which that sounds eerily familiar to what happened to that little Mazda I had. The cam sensor went out. But if it is that, then you got to pull the balancer off to replace that, I think, on that one.
Yeah, if I ain't mistaken, I think you told me you had to pull a balancer off a car to replace something like that.
Yeah, that wasn't. I might have said you had to. I don't think I ever had to do that.
Oh, okay.
It's not a big deal, but we'll have to just check it out.
But there's a little few things that it needs done. It needs a dash. It's kind of it kind of got heated up and it's kind of turned up, wrinkled up, and needs a headliner. The headliner's gone, and believe it or not, 4 windows, one of them don't go down, and wouldn't you know it, it's the driver's window that don't go down.
Because that's the one that gets used the most.
Yep. So there's just little minor stuff that I gotta fix on it, but right now it's getting it running good.
Yeah, because Uncle Phil, I didn't ever tell you guys, we meant to talk about this in an earlier video and forgot about it, but Uncle Phil's got to go get his bionic arm worked on over there, and it's the right one.
Yep.
So they're going to rebuild his arm. He's going to go back to the lab and they're going to rebuild his arm for him. And remember that guy Steve Austin, they're going to put back.
Yeah.
They're going to be just like that. So anyway, he's going back for updates, and his arm's going to have to be out of commission for a few weeks probably. And so, unfortunately, since he has a 5-speed truck and a car with no power steering on it, he can't drive either one of those one-handed. So he has to have another way to get around. Because there ain't no way in hell Uncle Phil's going to sit at the house for 3 months, right?
No. Well, I gotta go for therapy a couple times a month, and it's just I just need a way to get to therapy and to get around.
Sure.
I'm right-handed, and wouldn't you know, it's gonna be my right arm that's gonna get fixed.
Yeah, well, I'm glad they're doing it. So anyway, without getting into any details, they are told Phil that he has to get there and get it done. He's been approved to have it done, so he's basically told him to get there, right?
Yep, they give me till the end of this month.
And that's
get
just
it fixed.
That's just it. So he has to have it done. So anyway, that's I tell you what, I see that's a challenge. Go ahead. Every 4-way intersection we get to, there's people on every side of it.
Yep.
Every time. How does that work out like that?
Don't know. Everybody just takes and gets, if they get to the 4-way at the same time, they all sit there, look at one another, and just sit there and look. No one to go, no one gives any info to tell you to go or nothing. They just sit there.
Basically, it's somebody do something.
Right. And then when they do, wouldn't you know it, they all do it at the same time.
Yeah, so you got to go ahead like a foot and stop. Another person goes ahead at the same time, stop.
Yeah. It's like everybody's thinking about the same thing.
Because technically, according to the driver's manual, yes, we have driver's manuals here in Alabama. The person to the farthest right goes first. But it's funny because people now, since we had all those power outages back when tornadoes came through a few years ago, the traffic lights went down. So everybody learned how to do the 4-ways at that when there was, you're supposed to treat an intersection that has a traffic light on it as a 4-way stop when the light's out.